The Hunger Games franchise has long captivated audiences with its gripping political allegories, morally gray characters, and shocking twists. While Susan Collins' original trilogy brought Katniss Everdeen's rebellion to a satisfying, if bittersweet, close, her prequel novel The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes added new layers to Panem's dark history. Centering on the young Coriolanus Snow, the novel and its 2023 film adaptation shine a spotlight on the early days of the Hunger Games, an era that proves to be just as brutal and complex as the one fans already knew. Yet for all the questions Ballad answers, such as how Snow rose to power or why the Games evolved into a national spectacle, it also introduced a mystery that remains maddeningly unresolved. Who bombed the arena during the 10th Hunger Games? The arena bombing was a turning point, but also a narrative black hole. Midway through The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the Hunger Games arena is bombed just before the games begin. The devastating attack kills several tributes and mentors, throws the capital into chaos, and nearly derails the event altogether. It also allows District 2's Marcus to escape, leading to even more tension and spectacle. And yet, despite its scale, the bombing is never solved. Readers and viewers alike are left without a definitive answer. Was it a rebellious act of defiance by the districts? Or was it, as some have speculated, a false flag operation engineered from within the capital itself? The bombing isn't just a dramatic plot device. It becomes the pivotal moment that allows Dr. Volumnia Gaul to gain greater influence over the game's format, pushing them toward the macabre entertainment event they later become. But even with such implications, neither the book nor the film offers closure. Was it Dr. Gaul all along? The most popular theory in the fandom centers around Dr. Gaul, a sadistic, manipulative scientist who thrives on chaos and control. Gaul had both motive and opportunity. Coriolanus Snow himself briefly suspects her, believing she may have staged the attack to reinvigorate interest in a floundering institution. Her behavior supports this notion. She exhibits zero concern for the lives lost and immediately spins the tragedy into a call for capital unity and vengeance against the districts. She's also shown to have near-absolute power in the Citadel, and manipulating an event of this scale would be well within her capabilities. If the bombing was part of a psychological experiment or a test of public loyalty, it certainly succeeded in galvanizing both fear and bloodlust across Panem. But again, no proof. Gaul is neither confirmed nor denied as the architect behind the explosion. This lack of clarity is rare in Collins' otherwise carefully plotted universe. Or could it be the districts, or even District 13? The official story, of course, blames the districts. It's a familiar move by authoritarian regimes, frame the oppressed to justify increased control. The bombing is used to paint the districts as bloodthirsty terrorists and consolidate capital power. Still, the idea isn't entirely implausible. At this point in Panem's history, the wounds of the First Rebellion are still fresh. The districts have not yet been fully beaten into submission. It's conceivable that a rebel cell infiltrated the capital to strike a symbolic blow against the institution that epitomizes their subjugation. One tantalizing possibility is District 13. Although officially destroyed, fans know the truth. 13 is alive, hidden underground, and working covertly to undermine the capital. Could they have orchestrated the bombing as a warning or to delay the games? It would fit with their long-term strategy, even if it's never explicitly stated in the text. Why this mystery still matters. The unresolved bombing casts a long shadow over both Ballad and the larger franchise. It demonstrates how history can be manipulated, how events are twisted, buried, or weaponized to serve power. For Coriolanus Snow, the bombing marks a turning point in his ideological journey. For fans, it's a frustrating loose end that continues to stir debate. Now, with Sunrise on the Reaping and its upcoming film adaptation promising to dig deeper into Panem's past through Haymitch's perspective, there's renewed hope that Susan Collins might revisit this mystery. Could the bombing be referenced again, maybe even solved through the lens of another character? Or will it remain a chilling example of how truth is the first casualty in a dystopian regime? The Hunger Games has always been about the unknown. At its core, the Hunger Games is about what we don't see, the mechanisms behind propaganda, the hidden costs of peace, and the sacrifices made in the name of order. The arena bombing fits that mold. Maybe Collins doesn't want us to have a clean answer. Maybe the ambiguity is the point. Still, for a franchise so rooted in clarity and consequences, it's difficult not to crave a resolution. And until one is given, the bombing of the 10th Hunger Games arena remains one of Panem's darkest and most maddeningly unexplained moments.